Picture this. You're walking along a beach that's lined with palm trees. You can feel the warm sand between your toes and hear the waves crashing into the shore. But as you glance up, something is off. Instead of the single sun you're used to seeing, there are 3 suns in the sky, each one casting its own unique light onto the landscape. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to explore a world that is illuminated by not 1, not 2, but 3 suns. Let's dive in. As we all know, our world is illuminated by one giant ball of hot gas known as the sun. Without it, we wouldn't have light or warmth. Life as we know it simply couldn't exist. But what if our solar system was a bit different, and we had more than one star to light up our skies? What if we had 3 suns? To understand how 3 suns would affect our world, let's first take a closer look at the science behind how our current system works. Our solar system consists of the sun and the 8 planets that orbit around it. The sun is a yellow dwarf star, which means it's relatively small and not very massive compared to other stars out there. It's about 4.4 million kilometers in diameter. That's huge. It takes light, which travels at a mind-boggling 300,000 kilometers per second, about 8 minutes to reach Earth from the sun. This distance is approximately 150 million kilometers. The energy from the sun is what makes life on Earth possible. It provides the light and heat that plants need to grow, which in turn provides food for us humans and animals. But it also affects the weather patterns and climate of our planet. And let's not forget about the tides. The gravitational pull of the moon causes the ocean tides to rise and fall, which in turn affects marine life and coastal ecosystems. Now let's shift our focus to exoplanets that have multiple suns. In our own solar system, we have some hints of what this could look like. For example, Venus has a very thick atmosphere that reflects a lot of light. If Venus had a second sun, it might appear twice as bright in our sky as it does now. Now, imagine 3 such systems, each with their own set of planets revolving around 3 suns. How fascinating would that be? Let's start by discussing how 3 suns might influence the climate of a planet. Our planet receives just the right amount of heat from the sun for life to thrive. Too much or too little, and we wouldn't be here. Now, imagine 3 suns, each shining their light and providing heat. The planet would be much brighter, that's for sure. Just like our Earth has seasons due to its tilt axis, a planet with 3 suns would likely have more extreme seasons. The amount of sunlight and heat would vary depending on which sun the planet was closer to. Some regions might even experience perpetual daylight during certain parts of the year. Weather patterns would also be influenced by the number of suns. There could be intense temperature swings throughout the day and year. Storms and other extreme weather events could become more frequent and severe. It's hard to predict exactly how it would play out without extensive research and modeling. But one thing is for sure, life on such a planet would be anything but ordinary. Now let's talk about the possibility of having 3 moons. Moons are celestial bodies that orbit planets, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Our moon, for example, is relatively small compared to some of the moons in our solar system. It's about 3,474 kilometers in diameter, which is much smaller than the sun. Having 3 moons instead of just 1 could have some interesting effects on our planet. For starters, the gravitational pull of 3 moons would be more complex. The tides would be significantly different and potentially more extreme than they are now. Some areas might experience higher high tides and lower low tides. The gravitational tugging from multiple moons could also lead to more frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. These natural disasters would occur more often due to the shifting and uneven gravitational forces. But that's not all. 3 moons would completely change the way we navigate and map our planet. Imagine the challenges of telling time when the night sky is illuminated by multiple moons. Our current 12-hour clock system based on the cycle of our moon would need a complete overhaul. We'd have to develop new ways to measure time and keep accurate calendars. Even the phases of the moon would look different with 3 moons in the sky. They'd form unique patterns that we'd have to get used to. Having 3 moons could also impact the migration patterns of animals that rely on moonlight for navigation. Birds and sea turtles that use the moon's phases to navigate would need to adapt to the new lunar landscape. This could disrupt their life cycles and impact the delicate balance of the ecosystem. But here's where things get really interesting. Having 3 moons could also be beneficial in some ways. The extra gravitational pull could help stabilize the Earth's tilt axis, leading to more stable climate patterns. It could also make space exploration easier. With 3 moons, we'd have more potential landing spots for spacecraft and rovers. This could speed up our exploration of the solar system and beyond. Think about the breathtaking views we'd have. When we look up into the night sky, it would be filled with 4 bright celestial bodies, 3 moons and 1 sun. It would be a mesmerizing sight to behold. So you might be wondering, why don't we have 3 moons or 3 suns? Well, it all boils down to gravity. Our moon formed when a Mars-sized object collided with Earth billions of years ago. This created a debris field that eventually coalesced to form our moon. If a third body had been present, its gravitational pull could have disrupted this process, preventing the formation of a second or third moon. As for 3 suns, it's unlikely that our solar system could support more than one. When stars form, they do so in regions with pockets of high-density gas and dust. Any additional mass would either cause the sun to form faster and become more massive or disrupt the entire formation process. However, it's not entirely impossible. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe. Thanks for joining me on this journey through our solar system and beyond. Keep looking up at the night sky and let your curiosity guide you. Until next time, keep asking questions and never stop exploring.